Welcome back to Talkin Shop with ShopSabre. I'm Brandon, back with the whole gang today. Got Chad, Travis, and Kyle.
We're all here.
How you guys doing today?
Doing great.
I'm surprised you guys are all here. It was snowing today.
Huge storm.
I mean, we all have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicles, so we should probably be here.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised I woke up from the food coma.
It's true. We ate lots of food. But the snowstorm that rolled in this morning, that was nice of it.
I got all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I got a truck.
I got a rear wheel drive.
Yeah, just Kyle's
that's
just a
not
wheelman.
good.
He's always just a wheelman out there. He's just
Yeah.
sideways everywhere.
I encountered some hiccups on the way here. Not so fun turning on my end.
Yeah, Kyle got a little out of control, but you know what? He made it.
I
Kyle?
got my windshield wipers up, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Smart.
Don't have to go out there and try to scrape all the ice off them.
That's how you know you're in Minnesota. You walk through a parking lot and everybody's windshield wipers are straight in the air.
Not mine.
It's like
Not
the
mine.
Minnesota salute. Except for you two. The Minnesota salute. But yeah, so we ate a lot of food. The
Tough,
Vikings
man.
won again.
Yeah.
We're back on top. We're going back to the bowl again. We're excited again. I don't know about that, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Another
feels
W.
a lot better
Another
this
W.
week than it did last week. Kind of excited. We get to go to the game next weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're going for your birthday, Chad.
The Jets.
We're going to sing happy birthday to you right now, live?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want you to rap it to me.
Right. All right. Well, here we go. Actually, I don't have that. You put me on the spot, and I did not expect that. But yeah, no, happy birthday in advance.
I appreciate
Because
it.
I think it's what, Saturday?
Saturday?
Is that your birthday? Saturday?
Friday.
Friday. Dang it, I knew I was close.
Friday.
We're what, going Sunday? It's on.
Yep, that's when we play football, Travis.
I don't
Sundays.
play. All right, I don't pay attention to sports, so I'm just happy to be there.
Turning 24.
24 years old for Chad.
24, yep.
24.
I'm excited about it.
I think you might need to have a 10 on there at least.
Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, no. So happy birthday. Thanks for being born so we could go to the Vikings game. That was nice of you.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun.
Yep. And
I'm
then we're
excited.
actually going with David from Geneva Capital because it's his birthday as well.
Yeah, no, double birthdays.
Double birthday. So we all decided to go to the Vikings game together.
Extra cake.
It's not the same day, is it?
Wait, there's cake?
Hopefully.
Sweet. I'm excited now. There's cake for this whole deal. I'm picking Travis up. He's afraid to drive downtown.
I just don't want to get my truck scratched.
I think he's worried the brakes aren't going to work. Had to do a brake job on it.
Wrong vehicle, sir.
Oh, I gotcha.
This one
Hey,
still got warranty, remember?
I forgot about that. This one has warranty. Speaking of warranty,
I was going to say, let's just
that's
get right into
probably a good leeway into this, huh? It's last week we talked about decision making and obviously the long play, and this week we're going to talk about warranty. So I'm glad you said that, Travis. It's warranty and support. I thought that'd be a good thing to kind of lead off with today because when it comes to it, it's kind of a hot button right now. I'm hearing a lot more people talk about it, especially with the change in the economy and some of the stuff we're starting to see. It seems more and more people, are kind of taking for granted that warranty that you get and the support that you get offered with certain products. And I just felt like we should jump on that train, right? Let's make sure we talk a little bit about it, current events, right? And I guess for you guys, my question that comes up is, what comes to mind for you guys when you think about warranties or support in your, day-to-day lives?
I look for it on everything I purchase, if it's possible, or if they say at the cashier's register, do you want to buy this extra warranty?
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
So if you buy a laptop, you add the warranty to it every time?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome. So you just do it because what? Peace of mind?
Peace of mind.
Is that what it is?
Exactly.
So you ask about the warranties, you look for the warranties. It's something that obviously is a big part of your
I
life.
bought my car because of the warranty.
Yep, that's huge.
It wasn't because all the wheels drive. It was because of the warranty.
Because of all the wheels driving. That's funny. Travis, what about you, man?
So I guess I kind of look at the warranty side of things somewhat. I'm not huge on it because I guess most of the purchases I've made over my life haven't really required them.
He's
other than-
mechanically inclined.
He does the brakes wrong.
Other than when I bought the new truck, obviously that was something I actually was like, hey, I actually can get a warranty on this thing. Otherwise, there's only one other vehicle I've ever owned that had an extended warranty.
Yeah. So for you, warranty obviously still matters. I guess
time.
you're saying that, from what I'm hearing, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but on your bigger purchases, you're looking at your warranties. The other stuff you're not really is inclined to buy the warranty.
For instance, like when I go Christmas shopping, if I'm going to buy a sound bar, the sound bar is $150 and they want me to spend another $50 on a 3-year warranty, probably not going to buy it. If I am buying a 4-wheeler, I'm buying a snowmobile, a truck, something that's, let's call it $5,000 or more, something that's got some value to it. Oh, absolutely. Because in that case, you know it's going to cost much more to replace things. And in that case, having that warranty is going to help you.
I gotcha. Yeah, so it is. It's the bigger ticket items that you're looking at it.
Yep.
Where Chad, you're more, hey, if they offer it, I'm taking a warranty.
I'm taking it.
You get a warranty. You get a warranty. I get a warranty. We're all getting warranties, right? Kyle.
Yeah, gosh, better safe than sorry, I feel. You know, everything I buy seems to crap the bed after a year, which is really unfortunate. Like I'll buy a, pretty expensive computer and the quality control just really isn't up to par with what I'm expecting given like the big company like Microsoft or Apple even. You need that warranty if you really want to have like the lifetime that the computer is promising.
Yeah, so you just have bad luck with electronics.
I just have bad luck with electronics, yeah.
Yeah, the warranty stuff, I always feel like it's karma, right? If I don't buy the warranty, I'm going to need it every time. If I buy it, I just wasted money. I'm not going to use it. Like,
Right.
That's how it is for me. Like with me, the warranty is stability. And so I always buy the warranty. I'm the guy that, I always buy it because I know as soon as I don't buy it, I'm going to regret not buying it.
Well, now that you're talking about it, when I purchased my home 3 years ago, I didn't have a warranty on any of my appliances. Every one of them went out. So yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, washer, dryer, water softener, dishwasher, I did buy the extended warranty on all of them.
Yeah. But that's exactly it. Bigger ticket items, right?
Yep.
I love buying products new because of the warranty. Like that's my thing. I like that feeling of support and warranty. Like, I don't know why, but it's like I want to be able to call somebody. Like I just don't want to deal with it. Like if somebody, as an example, you said the washing machine, right?
Yep.
Like we bought our house, a few years ago, and it obviously had used washer and dryer, and it can't, had everybody's, all the stuff that normally comes with a, house that you purchase. And I initially started having problems right away with the washing machine. And when I bought my house though, I took out so around here we have the ability to take out like through your like energy company, you can take out a warranty.
Yep, that's what I have.
Yeah, and it covers all your electronics, or excuse me, all your appliances.
Yep.
And I did it like right away. The first thing I did was take that out, and I'm so glad I did because, like I said, I wasn't gonna go buy all new washer and dryer, and I wasn't replacing all the appliances. They worked when I moved in, but I don't know how long they were going to work. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like you buy a house and you have all that expense. It's like, you don't want to get nickel and dimed after the fact. So I bought that through our energy company and it was the best money I've ever spent.
Absolutely.
It ended up I ended up having a water heater that got fixed on it already. I've had the washer and the dryer repaired, actually replaced because they couldn't find the part for the one. So they ended up just replacing them, but it worked out really well because I spent I think it was $35. I think it's $35 a month or something like that.
That's
I pay.
pretty cheap.
Yeah, it might not even be that. That might be high.
I should have
But-
listened to Chad because he tried convincing me to do that when I bought my house, and now I really wish I would have.
Yeah.
Every single time another one crapped the bed, he's like, "You should have had that warranty deal." I'm like, "Well, it's too late now."
But that's a good point of it though. Is it's like it's regret, right? You regret
time.
not having it, and for me, that's what I didn't want. So to me, it's support. It's part of the reason I buy new products versus used most of the time. And if I have to go used, I always look into what options I have for adding warranty or support to it. Is it a certified product or is there a extended warranty I can buy? What can I do to give myself a guarantee, right?
Yep.
And I think, isn't there a line from Tommy Boy about the guarantee, right? Guarantee's only as good as the company or the name on the box, right? But that matters too. It depends who you're buying from. I will say that. And so it's also a factor in my decision. Going back to last week's episode, my long play is I try to find companies that are reputable. I buy products from people that have been around. I don't just buy startup products or new products because, I might save a little bit of money up front, but generally I have found the long play on that is it always bites you in the ass, right? Mm-hmm. You end up with a product that's not nearly as good, and
You
the
get
company
to help them work out all the bugs.
Well, that's exactly it. You're the prototyper, right? You're the guy checking it out in the real world, and they don't have a reputation to lean on, right? I mean, the first few years of a company is generally people don't care about the reputation as much, right? Because they don't have a reputation, right? Or, well, they're a new company. And so, they had some startup bugs. Like everybody gives them a pass. Where if you look at a company that's been around 20 plus years, the reputation perceives itself, right? Like you're not willing to give a company that's been around 20 years the same pass of like, well, they just had some problem. Like, no, like if a product's bad, you're just not going to buy from them.
Right.
So like, that's why I look at companies that have been around a long time and generally spend a little bit more money on those products, because if they have a good reputation, they've been around a long time, they're probably not a bad product or company.
Yeah, it's worth a little extra.
It is like that investment to me. And so again, if the product's better, the support's usually pretty good too. You know, it's support kind of goes hand in hand. You don't usually find good support in bad products, right? I mean, most products that are going to fail, the support's pretty bad too, because if it was good support, they'd fix the product so they don't have product problems.
Exactly.
Well, and the first thing I do is I look at reviews.
Yeah.
If there's no good amount of reviews on there,
Yeah.
I'm not going to probably be looking at the product.
Yeah, and you know, to me, it's a risk on used products. You know, because of that, you can't go look at reviews on a used product, right? That you can look at the product, but it's used. It's somebody else's headache, right? It's something that I always try to remind people that is used products are, you know, always a riskier product or higher in risk, because you don't know what failures has already happened in its existing life, right? You don't know how many times it's been repaired.
How it was treated, how it was maintained.
Yeah, like you have that maintenance thing. You know, I've always said with me, you know, I always joke about you know, there's that joke, you know, you guys have all heard it. Like, you get your grandma in a rental car, right? And she's doing donuts, right? It's the truth, though. Like, people abuse things they don't plan on keeping. And so if somebody bought something with the idea that I'm only need to get by for a year, they're probably not investing a lot of their extra time and energy into keeping that product running. So even though you might have bought a reputable product, it still might not be up to, you know, the caliber of quality it could be, because the guy just didn't change the oil.
Yep.
Or the guy didn't do the maintenance on it, right? Or whoever owned it abused it, right? Used it improperly, whatever it was. It had a poor living condition, right? You know, and that's what I say with CNC machines. It's something to think about. Buying used CNC machines is like a super risky thing. In my opinion, buying any CNC machine used is a huge risk, because there's so many moving components in a CNC machine when it comes to bearings alone, right? But then look beyond that and start looking at, are they using the right grease, the wrong grease? Are they greasing it enough? Like, that's going to affect the bearings and the life of the seals and all that. But then what about the air connection? Did they have moisture in the air lines ever? Because that moisture gets into the components, and now you have rust inside the machine. Like, there's things you can't inspect. The outside of the machine can look beautiful. You can't look at every component's internal, you know, maintenance. And that's the problem. Like, I can tell you, right? Oh, I did all the maintenance. It's all taken care of. Look how clean it is. That's my favorite, when you buy a product, like, look how clean it is. You're like, yeah, okay, so you spent 2 hours cleaning it. Like, that's not impressive to me. If I'm going to sell a product used, like, yeah, I hope you cleaned it up, right? Like,
I've had a couple people that I was working with too. They were like, "Oh, the machine's like brand new." I was like, "Oh, how old?" "Oh, it's only about 8 years old, but it's only got about 2 hours on it." Well, at the same time, if the machine hasn't been run, isn't that going to cause issues too? Bearings are probably not lubricated properly, seals again, you know, stuff like that. And I think even the spindle manufacturers recommend that you're supposed to at least rotate the spindle head or something. Yeah, I don't know, Brandon, if you know more about that, but it's like same thing. The guy's like, it hasn't been run in years. It's like, well, it's not necessarily a good thing.
yeah, it's actually true. There's a lot of the spindle manufacturers, they have a person on staff that their entire job is to go rotate the spindles manually on the shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you have to keep them moving. Otherwise, the bearings obviously develop, you know, pitting on them from sitting in the same spot, and obviously oil settles. So everything dries out. So like, they rotate these spindles by hand so that way they keep the lubricants moving through them. And people don't realize that. Like, gravity's a real thing. Gravity's a bitch, right? They always say that, right? It is, though. Like, all the lubricants settle.
Yep.
Well, your machine's not moving, so everything's just settling. Well, that lubricant doesn't stay good forever. If it's not being used, I mean, that's why, like, with these machines, when they move back and forth, you add lubricant to them, because it's using it up. Well, eventually that lubricant dries out, the seals dry out, like, things don't work the way they're supposed to. And so even though it's got 2 hours on it, but it's 8 years old, yeah, that's bad. Like, that's just as bad as putting 1,000,000 hours on it. Like, it's just as abusive on the machine. It's actually worse, because at least with 1,000,000 hours, you're expecting failure, right? You know things are used.
Yep.
The reality is they probably had to do maintenance on it because it made it 1,000,000 hours, right? At least in the 1,000,000 hours, you know that, hey, they made it 1,000,000 hours. They're doing something right.
Right.
But at 2 hours, I'm nervous, because that guy's probably never done maintenance on it ever, right?
Right.
So, yeah, you make a good point there, you know. And on new products, for one, I know I can take care of my stuff, right? I take care of my stuff really, really well. I follow the guidelines. I'm that guy that I read the owner's manual. I'm that guy. But, you know, I'm trying to minimize my risk long term. I talked about that. And, you know, I also, if something happens, I generally have chosen a company, as I mentioned, that's reputable. So I can trust that, okay, something happened, I'm going to call that company. They're going to take care of me. I didn't buy from some fly-by-night company. So I generally know that my investment is safe. I bought from a company that I did research on, and I figured out who they are, what their reputation is, what their reviews were. I've talked to references. I've done some of that. I know I'm getting myself a good product that I can depend on. Yep. So that, to me, like when I think about warranties and support in my daily life. But, let's talk a little bit about warranty and support in general. Like, as warranty stands, we've talked about this a bunch, but we really haven't defined it, right? What is a warranty? Well, it's kind of a written guarantee, is it not?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's issued to a purchaser, depending on what you buy, product, car, it doesn't matter. A warranty is generally a guarantee that's issued to the purchaser by the manufacturer, right? It's a promise to repair or replace if necessary within a specific period of time or conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what a warranty is. And so support is to give assistance too, right? So support and warranty means I'm going to give you assistance and or repair, replace anything that needs to be between a certain period of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So with lifetime tech support, that means for the ownership's life, right? That means if you buy a product new, that person who purchased it, for as long as they own it, is going to be able to get support. That means somebody will answer the phone and help them, take care of them. That's huge. You don't get that on used products. Right. Do you think Joe, who sold you that used machine, really wants to hear from you ever again?
No.
I promise you. That's like the number one pet peeve of mine. If I sell anything used, like I sold a snowmobile used, right? And the guy went to the mountains, rode it, came home, texted me, told me how great it was. I'm like, cool. Like, yeah, I'm glad he had fun. Like, that was cool. Then the next time he went to the mountains, he called me. Oh, the thing's doing this now, but what do you think? You should call Polaris. That's what I think. Like, I didn't build it. Like, it worked, obviously. You've used it, Actually, the first thing I asked him is, how many miles you got on it now? Because I wanted to know how long he'd used it, He had 800 miles more on it than I had sold it to him before he asked me about the question. Like, I don't know, man. I sold it to you with 800 miles on it.
Man,
like,
800
you
miles?
literally it's a
in
lot
the
on
mountains?
Yeah, well, it was a whole year later. So I don't.
Oh.
He went to the mountains and told me how great it was. Then I didn't hear from him until
Yeah.
the next year. But it was 800 miles more by the time I heard from him. So I'm sure he went out riding and put a bunch of miles on. But yeah, I mean, the time that I had it, I put 800 miles on it. So it's like he put as many miles on it as I put on it, and then he wants me to like diagnose it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, but like, no offense, like it's not my problem at that point, right? Like, I sold you a used product. That's your risk. Like, it worked when I sold it to you. I knew what I was selling you. I gave you every time. I'm one of those guys that always tell guys if like they're buying something used from me, hey, you want to take it to your mechanic? Like, I'll meet you there.
Right.
Like, you want to have it looked over? Like, I'd rather you just know everything so I don't have a problem later, right?
Yep.
But how many guys aren't that way? Oh, no, it's good, man. Yep, no, but I got to go. I got an appointment. I got to get to. Like, let's hurry this thing. Like, they just try to get you out of the garage, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel very good, Feels like a scam. But that's the problem with used products is that you don't get that support. You can't just call somebody. You also, the warranty is worth something, right? There's a cost associated with buying a warranty.
Absolutely.
And, I just don't think people really think about that they buy these used products and they're not that much cheaper than a new product.
Right.
But they do it because they can save a couple weeks. So you literally give up all this value for a little bit of time. And I get it, time is money, right? But how much time is really worth that money, right? Long term.
Especially if you're having issue after issue.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're rolling the dice.
So like I said, warranty is a written guarantee and support is giving assistance to you. In most cases, these are always going to be with the understanding that the warranty of the product is based on its design, right?
Correct.
So that's the other thing that we should talk about is that, you support a product should it not be working when used correctly, right?
Right.
I see people out there that again, guys with these trucks, right? They go buy these expensive trucks. We talked about this. $80,000 truck, and then they cut the exhaust off it right away. It just blows my mind. Like, the importance of warranty and support in today's world, like, you're willing to just throw that away. Given the insertion of poorly constructed products worldwide right now, right? The import products, the overwhelming abundance of resellers, right? Like, that's one thing I want to say. There's not a lot of true manufacturers in a lot of products nowadays. Like, they're just selling knockoffs of each other's product that they buy out of China with a different name on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And you have to consider the warranty and support you're receiving as part of the decision, right? Like, if you can buy 10 of the same products, what sets a product apart? The people you're buying it from. Is it not?
Yep.
Exactly.
The support that you get.
Yeah, that support aspect of it. It's the Chads, right?
The
I can call
Chads.
Chad up, right?
Yep.
I can't call Chad up if I didn't buy it from him. So every company's going to offer you some level of support and warranty, are they not?
Yep.
In today's world?
Usually.
I mean, at least I hope so. The reality is the warranty in the sport is only as good as the reputation of the company that's giving it, right? Tommy Boy's famous line, right?
I wish I remember what it is.
I know.
I know it's like it's in my head, but I can't. I'll
But-
mess it up.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, you have to remember, though, like, the guarantee is on the box. It's got to be on the box. The guarantee's got to be on the box. Well, I can guarantee you a piece of shit, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, guarantees are only as good as the people guaranteeing it. And at the end of the day, ShopSabre has a 23-plus year reputation. That guarantee is probably a little bit stronger than a person who's been around 6 months.
Right.
Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot more there. You know, with companies like ShopSabre, you have a very high rate of success. There's 23 years of experience there and trusted clients, right?
Well, and like we said in a previous podcast, that guy that's been around for 6 months or a year, he hasn't even had to do anything with his warranty yet.
Correct.
You don't have any idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, some companies in today's world are making promises they can't back up. Simple
Right.
as that. Some are selling you products that have yet to run out of warranty, as Travis just mentioned, and they're trying to speak to you on quality. They don't even know the quality. They haven't ran the machine that long.
Right.
Like, how are they going to support you in 2 to 5 years when they've never even seen their product last that long? They're making a guarantee, just assuming they're going to be around.
Yep.
Guess what happens if that company goes under?
You lost your support and your warranty.
Your support and warranty goes away too. They don't have any liability to hold on to it anymore.
Yep.
Because they filed their business, right? They went under. They changed company names, right? They did whatever they had to do to get themselves away from it. Well, that didn't work out.
That phone number's canceled.
Yeah. Turn the phone off and you're done, right? Like, some people are the middleman and get stuck waiting, right? The warranty was between the company that built it and the guy who bought it from them, and then he passed it to you. He goes out of business. How are you getting that warranty? You're not. You're stuck. So, you know, with used products, you know, same thing. You get stuck, right? Without support, without warranty, even the best companies in the world still charge for support and warranty a lot of times on used products.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how it is. It's because they don't know what the product's gone through during its life, right? They don't know, as a manufacturer, I can't support you on something that I don't know what happened to it after it left my facility, right? Mm-hmm. This is the power of buying new, is there's none of those risks. We know who you are. We have a contract with you. We assume that you're doing the maintenance. We're going to ask you questions. You can answer them.
Yeah.
But if you buy it used, you can't answer certain things. You can't provide certain maintenance records. You can't give me the information I need. So I'm sorry, but in today's world, I can't just trust your word on it.
Right.
So, you know, let's talk about abuse of warranty and support. That's something I like to talk a little bit about, because one thing that comes up is when people are given warranties and support, they abuse it sometimes, right? You know, I think it's important to remind people that it's unlawful to submit warranty claims if a failure occurred because of blatant misuse or misrepresentation of the product, right? It's illegal for you to submit a claim on a warranty if you know that the claim is falsified. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a real thing. It's a law. It's the United States. Like, you have to be aware of that. So I've always told people, like, it's better to buy a new product and know the history of it than to try to submit this claim what if they find that the bearings were misused, right? Because it might not be your fault, right? It may have been the person before you, but you don't know that. That's still illegal. Like, you're still submitting a claim on something that you said was from, you know, proper maintenance, just failed. But no, it didn't. It has misuse, right? They find metal in the bearings. They find stone in the bearings. That guy's been cutting glass and stone with his machine. That's not covered under warranty.
Right.
So you have to think about that stuff. And, you know, as an example, if you don't change the oil on your engine and it seizes, right? It's unlikely that the company who built that engine is going to warranty it, correct?
It'd be impossible.
Yeah, because you didn't change the engine or you didn't change the oil. And there's telltale signs when you don't change oil. Is there not, Chad?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You and I are both car guys. We've been around cars a lot. You could change the oil the day before it blew up. But if you haven't changed it for 2 years, those rings, the internal components inside that engine show signs of wear.
Yeah, the first thing the warranty company is going to do once it's over a certain dollar amount is make you provide records
Yeah,
before going any further.
correct. Yeah, and it's unlikely the company's going to warranty something without proof, right? Mm-hmm. But if now, let's say you have proof, right? You've taken care of it. You've done the oil changes. You've done the same scenario, right? But that motor fails now. The company's more than likely going to stand behind that motor, are they not? If you have proof of maintenance, hey, I bought it from you. You've done the maintenance. Here, you guys are the ones who've done it every 3,000 miles. There's not even a questions asked, is there?
No.
I mean, literally, you pull in, car's doing something, or it gets towed in. They look at the maintenance records. He's here every 3,000 miles. He bought it from us. Guess what they do? Hey, we're going to have your car for a few days. We got to put a new motor in it.
Yep.
That's how it goes. It's so much easier when you do the maintenance. And, it's obviously in the best interest of the company to support their product. But it's also the best interest of the company to make sure they're protecting themselves against the unfortunate world that is out there of people who try to abuse warranties and support, right?
Yeah.
So, let's start thinking about that side of it. The alteration and modification of products, right? In the world today, we see a lot of knockoff products, do we not?
All the time.
Aftermarket things. You see things from China that people buy and they customize their vehicles, or they customize things in their home, or there's things they do that they look at it. We're what? We're creatures of habit, are we not? Mm-hmm. We did it one time and it worked out awesome, so I'm going to keep doing it. The problem is not all knockoff products are as good, right? And so these aftermarket products or non-OEM accessories, right? They can lead to other problems down the road. And let's be honest, it's sometimes cool to have a customized toy, is it not? I mean, it's cool to be the guy that has the hopped up truck and the rims and all the stuff, right?
Right.
But sometimes those things like big wheels and exhausts and lift kits and all that can lead to failure in other areas, can it not?
Right. Yep.
I mean, guys don't think about it, but you put a lift kit in your truck, and if you change the pinion angle on your drive shaft, that does lead to premature failure on your rear end. And when your gears go out in your truck, well, why'd the gears go out? Well, you got a 94-inch lift on it. I mean, that could have said something to do with it, right?
Yep.
They don't think about that. So yeah, your warranty's not going to cover those. Well, the lift kit had nothing to do with the gears. Yeah, it did. It put strain on the gears and caused issues. It's the same thing to be said with CNC machines. People modify things, and then they wonder why the companies aren't willing to warranty certain things on their machine anymore. Well, as an example, all right, let's just use the example that's out there. People are using these knockoff dust skirts right now, right?
Yep.
And thankfully, the majority of our customers have a loyalty to ShopSabre that they've at least called us, talked to us about it, and given us the opportunity to explain where we stand on these things, but also find out that we have a lot of options to offer if you're looking for upgrades and different things for your machine. But, again, some people just customize on their own and think they're doing themselves a favor, right? They read these marketing claims out there. We've seen it. These marketing claims that say, you're going to save 30 seconds a sheet, right? I'm just going to say it. False. Like, the average guy is not saving more than a second or two per sheet. Like, I'll promise you that. Like, it's not saving you enough time to justify it, because if you're saving that much time, it's like the perfect storm. Like, the average customer doesn't save enough time that a dust skirt's going to change it. Like if every little second matters, you need another machine, not a new dust skirt. That's what you need. You need to buy a second machine or a faster machine because you're too close to the ragged edge of profitability. Like, if you taking a lunch break is the difference between being a successful business and not, you've got to fix something. Like, that's what you're basically telling me. Even if you save 30 minutes a day, right? You've done something wrong in your business. So, I've always said that a dust skirt shouldn't be the major changer for you. But, when you do change a dust skirt out, like, what else do you have to take into consideration, Chad? Like,
Programming.
Yeah, the programming, right? I mean, dust skirts work differently than each other, right? Sometimes you have to think about the alignment of the tools, right? You have to change the program. If you modify the computer on your car, do people warranty things?
Nope.
So why should the CNC machine company warranty things when they modify the computer there?
I don't think they should.
I don't think they should either, right? I mean, we notoriously have always tried to take care of our customers, but yeah, you have to start putting your foot down and say, no, you've changed the programming. You've done something to the brain of the machine that is beyond what I told it to do. I've spent hours, and when I say hours, I should say days or weeks, but I've spent countless time testing our products and making sure that what we program works before we ever release it to the public. Right?
Yep.
So go ShopSabre. With that being said, we do it because we want the product to work. We don't want failures from things outside of our control. But when you modify those things and you change and customize things, you have now taken things out of our control, right? You've done things that we don't know if it is going to work or not work long term, right? It might work short term, but we don't know what that long term effect is. And people don't realize that the other things with these, as a dust skirt, not only did you change programming, but what about bearing life, right? What about dust? Yeah, you found this cool dust skirt, but if it doesn't work as good, right? and you get more dust on your bearings, does that not potentially lead to bearing failure?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then if you get more dust in the air, you might get dust and debris in your computer system or your fans, right?
Right.
That could clog things, right? What about the spindle? What about inside the spindle? What about on the tool holders? What about all the other areas that you might end up with more dust that it could affect other things? People don't think about that. So again, how do I warranty things from failure later on? Because you've changed and modified the dust collection system. You've modified it beyond what we recommend. And therefore, I can't say that your dust collection system, you might think it works better, right? You say it does, but I don't know that. And there's no way to prove that it does, right? So at that point, now you've opened up a risk that I can't, it's an uncontrolled environment. The easy answer is because it's been customized, even if it does or doesn't, the easy go-to answer is I can't warranty it. You've opened up a can of worms by modifying your product. So, I just use the dust skirt as an example, but there's other products out there that people will sometimes buy and knock off things, and they wonder why they have performance issues, and then we have to tell them, like, change that, put this back, But you have to start thinking about that side of things. When you buy products and then you customize them, you're opening up a can of worms. It's one thing to customize a vehicle by putting rims on it. It's another thing to customize performance-related items. Dust skirts, vacuum hold down. There's certain things that when you change them, they affect other things on the machine. You have to take that in consideration. Warranty and support generally only extends to the product used as it is intended and designed. If you customize the product, whether it's an aftermarket dust shoe, aftermarket vacuum table, tool changer, whatever, you run the risk of voiding your warranty or your service that you're going to get. Many times these aftermarket products control more than you realize. Improper dust collection, as I mentioned, may lead to bearing failures. Brushes, bristles come out of those dust skirts, get stuck inside the tool holders, get stuck in the tool changer, leading to bearing failures in your spindles. Programming changes. You have to update those programs, as Chad said, and that might cause a boundary issue or, over travel on bearings, or it might end up in a situation where you collide the head with something, right? The list goes on and on. So when you think about making changes to your machine, think about what you could be affecting. Call the company first. That's my recommendation.
For sure.
Call whoever you bought whoever the warranty's through, and just ask, if I do this, am I going to affect it? Because if they say no, then hey, I don't have to worry about it. But if they say yes, you at least can ask, okay, why? What's going on? So that way you can understand it and say, is that risk worth it? Am I willing to accept that risk on my end? Am I willing to accept the risk that I'm losing the whole purpose of maybe buying that new machine, right? Or that new product? If I'm expecting you to support it and warranty it, it's because of the way you designed it, right? If I'm going to change it, I have to kind of accept the fact that I'm probably willing to forego some of that support and warranty, right?
Correct.
And I would say, too, if a customer, for instance, is going to upgrade a dust skirt, I would go back to the manufacturer I bought it from and be like, hey, I've noticed this. Is there a different one?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, we obviously have a couple different solutions
Yep.
there. So buy it from the manufacturer so you don't have to worry about warranty issues.
Yeah, exactly.
You get something specific for your machine.
Well, that's exactly. I was just gonna say that is that with us, and we're just gonna talk ShopSabre because right, that's who we are. With us, we have designed products for design needs.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that one product fits everybody. There's certain options and accessories that work for certain situations. And so, if you did buy a used machine, or you did buy a machine, and now you've noticed, hey, I need some more speed, or I need less this, whatever, right? Let's make sure you're using it right, right?
Yep.
How many times have I had people call me up and tell me, oh, the dust skirt's not working right, blah, blah, blah. So we start trying to figure out what's going on. And either A, they have an insufficient dust collector, and that's the bigger problem, is they're actually just not moving enough air, or their piping's too large. I've seen that, where literally the air is so slow that it's just not working. Yeah, you're moving a lot of CFM at the collector, and you have this giant 8-inch tube run into the machine, but have you ever tried pulling air through a 55-gallon trash can? It's not very efficient. Now try pulling it through a straw. A lot more air movement, right? It's a lot easier when you have the right size tubing. Some of that stuff makes a difference. And then you start breaking it down to tooling length. People are using too long of tools, too short of tools. They're smashing the brushes. You have to make sure you're using things correctly. Again, we sell you a solution to get you started. There's things you might have to buy down the road, extended tool holders, shorter tool holders, whatever, to justify, the production capacity that you're looking for.
And that's a nice thing for me, too, is that we have a team internally for doing that kind of stuff. So I'll get a customer that'll call me up and say, hey man, just got a question. Same thing. Like we're talking about dust collection. And I'll go talk to our techs and I'm just like, hey, this is kind of what's happening. He's like, oh, it's probably the length of his tool holders. Something that I would have never known, but it definitely helps me now so I can help the next customer just know like, hey, if you're going to be running longer tools or shorter tools, you have a different style tool holder you should probably, purchase.
ShopSabre.com.
That's a good place to go and try to learn more. But the reality is you're right. Like there's so many options out there that sometimes people just look past them. And for me, when you're buying a product, the warranty and support should matter. Like that's a part of why you buy.
100%.
And especially in today's world with everything going on worldwide, like if you're not getting support and warranty, you're a fool. Simple as that. You're a fool because the world is a lot different than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. And if I know that I'm buying a product right now, that investment probably needs to last a little longer right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to frivolously spend as much. So if I'm buying a CNC machine right now, it's to help my company, not hurt it. I don't want to buy a product I have to replace in a year. I'm not going to buy a product that I can't get help on. Like I want to buy something that's reputable and lasts. And honestly, ShopSabre's warranty and support is the best in the industry. I will say it flat out. Like there isn't somebody that gives you better support than ShopSabre.
I agree with that.
And well, I sure hope so because you work here. No, I'm just kidding. But the reality is like I would really put my family's reputation on the line for that. When I say that, my dad started this company, man. Like it's important to me, the reputation we've built over the last 23 years. The hell if I'm going to let that go to shit the next 23 years, right?
Yep.
Like there's something to be said there. And ShopSabre really does everything it can to take care of its customers. And I think when you're buying a product, that has to mean something right now. And I can tell you right now, we have some awesome specials at the year end that make all of this even better. And that if you're buying a machine, you should be calling our sales department right now. Like if you haven't been talking to our sales team and you're going to do something before the end of the year, you're a fool. If you're going to do something by the end of the year and you have not called ShopSabre, why? What do you have to lose? Are you afraid to find out that you need to spend a little bit more money? Right? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is somebody is afraid to learn something, right?
Absolutely.
Like, because at the end of the day, like, we're just going to help educate you on different technologies and different features, and worst case scenario, you're going to at least know what you didn't know the day before.
And we're going to save you thousands of dollars.
Yeah, right now you're going to save thousands. Like, thousands.
For sure.
ShopSabre.com.
Unless you just hate your money. And if you hate your money, then you can just give it all to me. Nobody? No. Okay. Nobody just wants to give me their money. I got it. So, yeah, I mean, if you really want to protect your investment, you should. You should give us a call. Give Chad, Travis, any of the sales guys a call. We're all willing to chat with you, but we'll talk warranties too. Trust me, we got some cool warranty stuff going on too right now.
Yep.
So you should be calling us. If you haven't called us, like I said, we got some awesome stuff. We're even going to have some extended warranty stuff coming up, right?
Yep.
We're pretty excited about some new products we're releasing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, right now, there's a lot of things moving in the world, and there's a lot of things that you can invest your time and money into. But I will tell you right now, as you go into the Christmas shopping season, right? Look at the warranties. Look at the support. Look at the products you're buying. Try to support the U.S. anywhere you can. I think that's huge right now. You got to think about U.S.-made products.
Absolutely.
We got to help each other out here. But additionally, you really need to look at who's going to help you when something doesn't work the way it's supposed to. We are. That's who. You want a company that's going to back their product up. Because you know what? Everybody will sell you a perfect world, right? Every sales guy's going to tell you how great the product is, how it's going to last forever. Every product in the world is going to have problems with somebody. Somebody's going to have a problem with that product. Might not be you. But somebody will have a problem with a product. So even the best rated products in the world still need support.
Absolutely.
Still need a warranty. So if you're not getting the best product, you're probably not getting the best warranty or support either. Would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
I agree.
In my 6 years doing this, I've seen it. So for sure. Yeah, we've got a lot of these guys that'll call in and say, hey, so-and-so sold me this machine. They said it was exactly what I was looking for. It is not doing anything. I can't barely even get them on the phone. It obviously makes my job a little harder, but it also makes my job a little better because I know when I go home that night, that customer made the right decision.
Yeah, they made the right decision to call you because we can't speak for our competitors. We can't speak for other people in the industry. I can't speak for other products you bought, edge banders, dust collectors. I can't speak for any of that stuff. But what I can say is if ShopSabre is willing to sell it to you, they're willing to stand behind it.
Absolutely.
And that's who we are. And That's why we don't sell every product in the world, right? There's a lot of products out there we don't sell. If I can't support it, I'm not going to sell it. If I can't trust the company that I buy it from to support it, I'm probably not going to sell it. You know, I'm a big advocate on taking care of customers where I can, when I can. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that if you customize your machine, I'm going to take care of everything. I mean, I'm going to be same rules apply, right? You start customizing stuff, you've taken me out of the equation. You've taken my engineering team out of the equation. You've said you're better than the team that we have in place. That's what you've said. When you customize something, you've said that you're better at this than we are, and that's fine. But you got to be good at supporting it too, because you're better, right? So I build a product the way we build it for a reason. That you're trusting me with your purchase for a reason. Allow my team to do their job. Let us do the things the way we do them, because I can promise you the end results with our product is really, really good when used correctly. I mean, our reputation isn't by chance, right? 23 years is something to be pretty proud of.
Absolutely.
100%.
So with that being said, it's the year end. And with the year end, that means...
We need to get back to work.
No, I was going to say that means we have specials, but yeah, okay, Travis. We have to get back to work.
And we have a bunch of work to do.
That's also right. We have a bunch of work to do. But like I said, warranty support goes a long way. Be smart with your decision. Travis is really eager to get back to work here. But it's the end of the year. And honestly, best pricing of the year, best pricing of next year in all reality. Affordable financing right now, deferred payments, no payment options, Section 179 tax incentives. I could go on and on. We have a lot of things going on. There's no reason that you shouldn't be looking at adding equipment right now for next year.
Absolutely.
So that's what I know. I know all of our cars are under a lot of snow outside right now.
They are.
Which one of you guys is going to shovel off my car for me?
You're the one with the broom. I'm expecting you to do mine for me.
I left my broom inside the car.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll have to go and use my little scraper again.
I put my scraper in my car.
Is it in your car?
Yeah.
Did you bring it inside?
No.
What about you, Kyle?
In my car.
All right.
Why do we all leave
Is that
it in
a
our car?
fool's choice? I've never taken it out of my car.
Wait, where do you put it when you take it out of your car?
In
You
my
bring it
office?
in your office?
Yeah, I put it in my office.
So then you walk out the door with it?
You've
Yeah.
never seen him with the big broom
You've never seen me
thing?
walk out with the broom?
Well, I guess it's not that big of a deal if I've never noticed it.
Yeah, but I've always said, like, what good is a ice scraper or a snow broom when it's inside the car full of the snow and I have to open it up and get all the snow inside the car
Oh,
anyways?
it happens
Very
every
true.
morning.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Isn't the whole point of the broom and the thing to get the snow off it so when you open the door you don't end up with it inside the car?
Brooke's going to randomly just start seeing my, scraper sitting in the doorway. She's going to be like, doesn't that need to be in your vehicle?
Yeah, see?
She won't understand.
I'll forget it.
How do you forget it? You get out to your car and you're like, oh, it's full of snow. I need it.
Oh, it's at my desk, and I'm not going to go back inside to get it.
So let me use my hands, bear claw my way
That's what I
in.
did last time.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Use your credit card. You're out there with your credit card scraping the windshield.
I just take my arm and slide it across the
Well, some of
window.
us don't have massive arms, Chad. You know how many swipes of my arm it takes to wipe off my windshield? I don't have the giant meat cleavers there to be able to whoop,
My little
done.
T-Rex arms go a quarter of the way across.
Exactly. I got T-Rex arm syndrome, bro. I lay on my windshield and have to do the snow angels on the windshield just so I can see. My favorite are the people who don't broom off their car at all. They drive down the road like Haley's Comet, just flying down the road, just snow everywhere. Nobody behind him can see a thing, but that guy's like, "This is great! I didn't even have to wipe off my car."
Until you go through a stop sign and gets T-boned. 'cause you
Everybody,
didn't see him coming.
everybody behind him is blind, and nobody around him sees him. He's like, "I can see through that defrost on the windshield. It's about the size of a quarter." Cool, sweet, my favorite time of year. So yeah, with that, let's go put our lives in our hands and go drive around. So
Awesome.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Chad.
I'm Travis.
I'm Kyle.
Thanks for talking shop with ShopSabre.